Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of From the Deep. Aptly named because I live right next to a very, very deep hole. As you guys can see, I did do a little bit of work in between sessions. I built up a couple more of our custom pale oak trees, to get a better idea of how our kind of main big one is going to look once it's properly surrounded. Although these actually aren't that much smaller than this one. They are on lower ground, so that helps a lot. And I do like it a lot more once there are more trees around. So doing that is going to help immensely. Some other things I have done in between sessions, possibly you heard, but I went into the Nether and I traded my way into a little happy ghast, which I will probably use to build more trees. But he's also, once he grows up, going to have another very important use for today's episode. In addition to that, and I guess leading up to that, I went mining. I used all the gold that I got while mining, unfortunately, to trade, but I got a bunch more iron so that we can hopefully get ourselves sorted with a couple of farms today. And the last thing I did in between sessions was a bunch of enchanting. I did just get some more levels, partially from the Nether, partially from breeding some sheep, and partially just from my mining. So I got a slightly better enchantment on my pickaxe. I have Fortune 2 now, which is lovely. Still not Fortune 3, but better than no Fortune at all. And I have a slightly improved axe. Oh, and I enchanted my bow. I'm pretty sure that's all I enchanted. Oh, I put some bad enchantments on my bad armor, because, again, I'd rather have some enchantments than no enchantments, until I can get myself fully geared up. But, on the topic of gearing up, that's really going to be what today is focused on. To a degree. I want to get a lot of infrastructure done today, a lot of farms, as I said. And part of that will be gearing up, because part of that is going to be villagers. That's what we need this guy for. Now, while I'm waiting for the gas to grow up, I think I'm going to work on expanding my sheep farm and actually making it functional, since it's mostly functional right now, and just needs a couple of bits and a sheep in, since it's missing a sheep. I'm thinking if I put one more pod above it, maybe one pod below this. I think that would work well, and that should be plenty of wool for me. And then I can, I have some that I will be able to dye. A little silly, because I thought that I needed comparators to go into the dispensers to get them to go off for some reason, but I didn't. I just needed repeaters, and I don't know why I thought otherwise. Because comparators are for reading inventory outputs and not for generating redstone signals. Not like this anyway. But that's okay. It's working now. And now I know a little more about redstone. And now you know a little more about how little I know about redstone. I am, as you can see, expanding this a little bit. I'm adding another row of sheep right above this. I'm waiting for the dirt to grow up. I'm realizing there might be a problem with inventory. I guess I could have... maybe I'm not going to make a second row of sheep yet. Maybe I only need one row of sheep. I need to replace this sheep. Possible future sheep are a problem for another time. I think I'm happy for the time being with a measly 7 sheep. Alright, so instead of being lazy, I've gone ahead and just built the second layer. It really was not that much work. And it helped that I have some free time because it's Christmas, as you will be able to see by the chests everywhere. I did also discover that you can actually fit multiple sheep in a pod, and I think especially because of this system I have set up, it works. Pretty well, actually. So I have a couple of sheep in pretty much each one of these upper pods. For now, I'll leave the bottom ones to 1 sheep apiece. Maybe I'll add some more later, but I think that'll be more than enough wool for us for now. So, with my gas all grown up, I decided it was probably about time to fly out to our village and maybe start setting up some villager-related amenities. I was originally planning on bringing some back to the house, and I still might do so later, but for now, honestly, I don't think I need to, and there's some stuff I want to get before I think I can really set up a permanent space for them anyway. Like, I need mending books so that my tools can be repaired. You know, I don't have many diamonds to repair my pickaxe, so I think mending is going to be the way I go on that front. And I also just don't really feel like digging out coal right now, and my current plan was to put them underground. So, since we're not going to do that, I'm just going to probably chop down some trees and whip up a quick space to store them here. And maybe in the future, we will set up a more permanent villager trading hall down in the village. Hi, Balloon. Alright, welcome back to the village. It's changed some since you last saw it. I'm pretty sure it's changed quite a bit since my last clip. Because most of the houses have been torn down. This is actually, I believe, with the exception of maybe like one hiding over there somewhere, the only villager house remaining. Untouched. Unremoved by my hands. Is there a guy still in there? No, I appear to have taken him out already. Probably this will stay for a while. Oh, I lied. It has not been untouched by my hands. I apparently needed wood. I went ahead and built up just some very basic village infrastructure. It's ugly, it's functional, and that's what's important here. I have a pretty manual villager breeder. I do have to toss these guys bread. I don't have any on me, or I would right now. But it is set up so that they can't get through the door. This is a triple layered carpet. Most mobs cannot pathfind over that. And then there is a small room in here. As you can see, baby villagers, when they exist, they can pathfind over this trap door to try to get to this bed, to bounce on it, and instead they get trapped here, and they grow up like these guys. The small trading hall I have built over here is still only partially finished. I don't have any of my little slots for villagers completely filled up. I am eventually going to build like a full proper trading hall. I'll probably have the villagers actually standing on that carpet trick for lag purposes, as I do intend to keep this world very long term. But for now, we're early on. These guys aren't going to be loaded that often. This is fine, and I'm lazy. What are you selling? Nothing I want. You need to buy wheat and preferably potatoes or carrots, please. I'll give you some time. I have a shepherd who buys my wool, since I think my wool farm is actually just loaded in. You can just see the custom tree I built off in the distance, and the sheep farm is kind of just over the crest of the hills between here and there. So, I'm pretty sure it's loaded in and producing wool while I worked here. It seemed that way. I popped over there and I got a couple of stacks to sell to this guy to get some emeralds. Because over here... is it this guy? Yep. This guy is a mending villager, which is the main reason why I really wanted to work on villagers today. I also have this other one who I'm still re-rolling for something good. Lastly, over here, I have kind of my tool workers. One of each type, or there will eventually be one of each type. I need to go grab some iron to sell to this guy, I think, to try and level him up some more. I don't think I'm going to need too many of these types of villagers. They're mostly there so that if I ever die and lose all my tools, I won't have to go mining for diamonds or use any of my precious diamond supply for tools. Oh god! Oh no. I just came back from mining for some supplies for that pumpkin and melon farm I'm going to be working on next. A couple of villager updates that are fun. I do have all three of the main tools I'm ever really going to want to buy from a villager here. This is Fletcher. This is my armor, and I have pants and boots for sale now as well. I've also been trying to rebuild this guy to unbreaking still, but I might go for something else now, because this guy is selling me Unbreaking 2, and he's selling me glass, which is immensely exciting for me. Actually, let's buy a bunch of that now. But I'm honestly okay with having to combine 2 books for Unbreaking 3 right now. I just want some kind of permanent source of Unbreaking, and maybe in the future I'll keep rolling for some proper Unbreaking 3, but for now, that is more than enough, and we also have Infinity now. I'd actually usually prefer mending on my bows over Infinity. That's part of the reason why I wanted a Fletcher. I also like using spectral arrows, which I can get when I trade with piglins, so I don't know. I don't think arrows are that much of a problem. Keeping a stack or 2 on me doesn't take up enough inventory space for it to be worth having to constantly be making new bows. I wasn't recording, but I was doing a little bit of fishing before starting to work on that farm, and I got new fish. I've never seen this fish before. It's a gilled gill. It looks a little weird, so I thought it might be one of the aberrations at first, but it's not. It has a different, like the bass have eclipse, the carps, the carps have solstice and felicity. And these guys have eclipse and mass, and gilled gills have felicity and mass. One day we'll figure out what all of that means, although that day is not today. That's all. I just thought that was interesting. So there might have been a small issue of recording the time-lapse of this farm, and that issue being I forgot to unpause my flashback mod. I ended up having to go and get more redstone because I ran out pretty much when I was like maybe 2/3 done. Severely underestimated how much I needed for a farm of this size. Which is okay, you know, I went farming, I got a lot more supplies beside redstone as well that I'm happy to have, but when I came back, I started building again, didn't press play. So, this farm is finished, it's been doing pretty well already. Yeah, gosh, it's been doing pretty good then. So I'm happy to have that going, considering it's only really been running for maybe 10 minutes or so at most. I also ended up having to make a small change to the sheep farm, and it may end up that I do have to do the observer thing, we'll see. But I was getting, I think when I was unloading this chunk, there was some timing issues with this redstone. I ended up slowing down the repeater signals a bunch, and that seems to have fixed it. I haven't had any issues since the entire system getting powered and therefore stopping shearing the sheep again, but I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. But this is also faring fairly well. Let's see what I got during that time I was building. 2.5 stacks and a little bit. I'm not sure why this chest seems to pick up so much less than the other one, besides the fact that I think maybe the pods of sheep have less sheep on this side, and on this side, maybe they have a couple more? I don't know. But regardless, I am absolutely tired of doing technical stuff right now. I think I need a break from that. although I still definitely do want to, at the very least, get an iron farm done today. I'm going to do a little bit of building first, just to relax a little bit and do something different. I think what I'm going to work on is my path downwards, as sometime in the next episode or two, I do plan on actually starting on the village. And having a path down will make it a lot easier to plan that out, I think. Wow, I did just check. I've got the vast majority of the supplies we need for this road. But I need a little bit more. Specifically, I need more andesite, but that should be really easy to get, because there are patches of it just kind of laying around on the ground down here. And at this point, most of the easily accessible caves are lit up, so pretty safe. I immediately forgot to record a time-lapse of this, so I'm just gonna kind of explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it, I guess. I'm realizing this road does blend very... I'm not gonna say well, because I haven't decided if I like it or not. It blends very intensely with the pale moss, just because they're both very great colors, but we'll figure that out later. I'm trying to figure out right now how I want to curve this, because I do have a little bit of a curve marked here, but I don't know if I want to make it more severe than I had marked with the planks. I think maybe that might look nice, just for the visual perspective of it. I'm trying to make sure that each step down has at least 2 blocks, so that I can use slabs to make this easier to ascend as well. I don't know many things, but I don't know exactly what I'm doing right now either. I'm kind of just doing it, and then we'll see what happens when I'm done. That's very often how these builds go for me, but much more so than usual now. Alright, the path and the little kind of town center plaza I planned is done. I'm actually really happy with how this turned out, and I think it's going to look even better once I have some more foliage and decoration on the sides of it. I'm going to work on having this kind of custom pale oak forest we're building start to trail down this hill and peter out a little bit, have more smaller trees, a couple of saplings down in this area, and then move into some other kind of biome. I don't know if I'm going to keep it dark oaky the way it is, or if I'm going to do something else to the terrain around here, but I really love the way the path ended up curving up the hill and back down again. I think it looks really cool. I'm excited to get to actually build near here in the future. For now, though, I have been thinking about how I want to do the iron farm. Less so in a how iron farms works right way, because I'm going to follow a tutorial, as I think I've said, and more in a... I don't know where to put it or what size farm I want. I was originally thinking of... There are some iron farm designs that are relatively small pods that I think could probably fit down here. And then I realized if I was going to do that, I would need to slap a bunch of things. So I'm not going to do that, because I don't want to slap everything. And then I was thinking about building one over the ocean somewhere, because that's pretty usual for iron farms. So they're either built high up or over the ocean. But I don't want to have to go that far to get to the iron farm. I want it to be near where I'm building for something I'm going to be using that on. Especially because, as I've said, I don't actually really like having to physically go somewhere to AFK in a single-player world. So that led me to the last option, which is building it in our village where we kind of already have our village infrastructure. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I did find a really nice tutorial. I'll go ahead and link it in the description. It's by somebody called Jumper, I think was their name. It looks very simple. There's going to be a couple of small modifications I'm going to make, like adding a sorting system so that I can filter out poppies. There were a couple of notes in the comments about how things are placed, but I'll mention the changes I'm making in more specificity once it's built. So I'm in the middle of a side tangent of building an actual villager breeder because I quickly realized that this isn't working very well on the whole. I would rather just have it going automatically, especially because I'm going to have a lot of villagers needed for that iron farm, and even more so in the future, it's easier to get out of the way now. However, I'm entering another side tangent because this villager boat has a cat in it. And I happen to have a lot of fish at home, and I want a cat. Okay. Kitty, I hope you will eat this fish. It will! Yeah. Oh, and I have some vanilla cod. That actually might be reasonably rare in this world, so I'm just gonna keep that. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and finish up this side tangent, and I will return to you guys once I have at least that first pod of the iron farm filled and functioning. So, I decided, I got one pod of the iron farm set up, and I decided that I was just going to AFK with just that one pod set up because I was going to a draft tonight, and I thought it would be a good time to do that, but I came back and, just for context here, I didn't record it because I didn't think it was going to take nearly as long as I ended up taking, but getting the zombie into that farm, I went through like 4 of them. They kept dying or despawning or something. Like, the first one disappeared, I didn't know why. The second one got killed by a iron golem that had spawned on my dirt scaffolding. And then I re-finagled it all, and I tried again, and that one seemed to stick. Except now, do you see the problem down there? Here, let me take you into free cam, and show you the problem down here. My zombie is gone. He was named, he was in the boat. I don't think any iron golems are able to reach him. And yet, he's gone. And I really wish I'd had flashback running so I could see what happened, but I didn't. So for now, I'm probably just gonna replace him and try again, and if I AFK again, have flashback running so that if it happens again, I can see what happened. I just don't know what could have, because the iron golems spawn on this platform, and then the water should take me away. Even if they spawn like as close to the zombie as possible, I don't think they can reach it to hit it. I could be wrong. I don't think they can. And I don't know what else would have happened to it. Okay, so we're checking on our villagers first. Okay. I think our village... Okay, yep. I think I should turn the villager farm off. Just for now. I think that might be... Let's just, Hey guys. Calm down for a little bit, please. Calm down. At the very least, I should have no problem filling up the rest of the pods. Although I'm not sure if I will even need to, because it was working for like 5 minutes before I left, and I'd already had like a stack or two. So let's see what we've got here at the iron farm. Okay. 4 stacks and a bit. That's not what I was hoping for. I'm glad to have it, but it isn't what I was hoping for. What else could have killed him? I have no clue, but now I need to buy more name tags. At least I have the villagers for it already. And you know what else was loaded in? Our wool and our pumpkin farm. Now, the wool farm I did see had the error of all of the redstone being powered and therefore not working once since I attempted to fix it, but it had worked a lot longer before it broke than it previously had, so we'll see, I guess. I tried adjusting the timings a little bit more. I don't know if that did it, I don't know if it was necessary or if it had anything to do with it, but I mean, worst comes to worst, I have the supplies to make observers now. It would suck, though, if everything I built today had gone wrong. Oh good, everything I built today went wrong. At least it's an easy fix. Yeah. Something's gotta change with this sheep farm, unfortunately. It just keeps breaking like this. This is why you should follow a tutorial when you're not good at redstone. At least this one I can confidently say works and works well. Yep. Oh yeah. We are great on pumpkins, which is fantastic since I now need a bunch more emeralds. I think I might have found the problem. How are you spawning up here, buddy? How did you get up there? The water probably let him... Alright, well that's fine. I'm just gonna... go on. Okay, that's fine too. And I think if I just put slabs here, they won't be able to anymore. That's really frustrating, though. Name tags are expensive, honestly. That's what I care about the most. I don't have zombie-cured villagers or anything. Alright, hopefully this is enough to do it. That's really frustrating. No, come on, man. I just spent all night getting that guy in, and you just ruined it for me. And I hope you die. I'm gonna be completely slabbing these walls to make sure the golems can't get up, because I cannot have that happening. Ah! I was gonna be saying, like, oh look, I finally got 2 pods done and it's glorious and they're working and I fixed everything and It's fine. I love Minecraft. It's a peaceful game that never makes me want to rip my hair out at all. I have a bowl of popcorn, I've calmed down, I watched the tutorial again. I have come to a conclusion. I think the issue was not with the tutorial, but with my processing skills. I think the way the wall goes in the tutorial, very critically, does not connect to this block, and has another wall right here. And I think that's where I fucked up. I think I got that wrong. I think it's fine. I think if I just remove all the slabs, calm down, make sure those walls are right, all will be well. It's disappointing that I lost so many zombies to figure this out, but we got there, and I don't even think I need the name tags, so at least I'm not going to have to waste another 60 plus emeralds. Okay, so I am making a couple of modifications to the design out of pure paranoia. I'm doubling up the wall here at this joint. You can see this is the way the wall is meant to be, that curve there. I've just added one more, just to be completely safe. And instead of slabs or 1 high walls, I'm going to line this back where the source water is in 2 high walls, just to be doubly and triply sure that they cannot bob out of the water and get to my zombies, because it's happened one too many times. It's happened more than one too many times. It's happened about 5 too many times. What? What? There's a zombie. I haven't been... I was gonna take another day before I went and, there's a zombie. Okay. Protect the zombie with my life. Okay. Thanks, zombie. Zombie, I'm actively trying to save your life right now. Don't you know iron golems can spawn on this dirt? Here we go. Okay. Oh my goodness. Can you pick something up? No, but that's okay, because you're in a boat. It's gonna be fine. You're gonna live, zombie. You're gonna live. That's maybe an oxymoron. That's fine. You know what I mean. I guess I'll try to get the other ones in, too. I guess we're just doing it, aren't we? Thus far, as you can hear by the musical sound of golems dying, there have been no problems. I don't necessarily know how long it took for there to be problems last time either, though. I think it only occasionally happens, like, when they spawned really close to the wall that they were able to do that. But I've seen a few spawn close to the wall, and there have been no problems. That zombie was in that boat since pretty much the start of the night, which is about 10 minutes. About 10 minutes have gone by, and he's alive, which might be a record for me. Okay, don't worry, anybody. I'm back to eating fish. This is a fish-only diet for me. Also, I'm remembering I get emeralds out of fish sometimes, so maybe I shouldn't hoard all my fish. Flesh on rent. Wow, that's dark. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Behind the scenes of how data packs work. I've eaten a poisonous potato, apparently. But what I ate was fish roe, which, by the way, fantastic food. I should definitely be cracking open my fish, because this is delicious. You can just eat it. You don't have to have empty hunger. It's great. Okay. Fixing farms has been stressful, you know? This entire episode, a lot of stuff I'm not very good at. So I'm gonna do something I'm a little bit better. Do a little bit more building besides the path we did earlier. I had somebody on the first episode comment a really good idea on what to do with all the amethyst that I mined. So I went back down and actually also got some amethyst clusters since they have a little bit higher of a light level. And I made up some purple glass, and I think we're going to, in our pond here, make some kind of amethyst rifts and use the glass fog trick to make them look much deeper than they are. And possibly we'll eventually do way more of these kind of in the surrounding area. And maybe we can do something with amethyst down in the pit to, I guess, kind of imply that all of these rifts are leading down there. But that's a future problem. For now, we're just going to build a couple of small ones in our pond to make it look a little bit prettier. Alright, I have pretty much finished those little riffs. I don't know in practice how much the time-lapse footage is going to make it into the video, just because it was such a confined space. Oh, hi there. And I ended up, like, putting myself beneath a bunch of dirt so I could breathe, you know, while I was building. That was a little important. But it does mean that I think editing that time lapse is going to be a little difficult. But besides that, I am incredibly happy with how these turned out. I ended up, for that fog effect, I usually end up going many more glass layers deeper. I usually like to have like at least 10, I feel like, to really sell it. But with the amethyst being the same color as the glass I was using, as well as the water on top, I don't really think it needs it. And I didn't want to do too many, because I wanted you to still be able to kind of just see the texture of the amethyst block at the bottom within them. Which you can, and I'm very happy with it, and I think it sells the fog effect quite well. I do think eventually I'm going to have one more rift in this pond, one kind of starting around here, and of course expanding down. And maybe even that'll be what kind of guides our waterfall down into the pit here, but I still am intimidated by tackling that project, so I'm not going to. Now, the very last thing that I want to do today is probably going to be some more fishing. But not up here. I think I actually want to go down to the ocean and do some fishing there. I have caught one additional fish, I think I showed earlier, besides the 2 species I've caught so far. There's a gilled gill. But the data pack page does say that this is like biome based, the loot pools, so I'm curious to see if I'll get any immediate changes. And also because I'm eating fish, it never hurts to have more. Oh, and I kind of figured out and noticed as I was cooking up some fish to eat, what these kind of symbols in fish at least partially mean. The ones that say mass for the bass, of course, and felicity for the carp. So when I chop up the carp, I sometimes get like loot. I sometimes get like emeralds, bits of prismarine, the keys and stuff. I think I get those all way more often than when I chop up the bass. But the bass I usually get more fish from, so I will only get 1 bit of meat from the carp, whereas I'll sometimes get 2 or even 3 from the bass. These guys, of course, just also have the same thing, but they give us the hearts. I haven't chopped any more of those up in a while, and I probably won't. I do have some cooked aberrant fish meat, but I'm a little scared to actually eat it. Before I head down to the potion, a river is of course a new biome, so let's try fishing a little bit here. Oh, yeah, that's immediately a new fish. A trout. Look at him, he's kind of like a happy little guy. I love him. I can't wait to eat him later. And a salmon! This guy, he's an even happier little guy. He's got like little teeth and stuff, and he's got stamina. Whatever stamina means. Alright, cool. Very good to know. Okay, I'm now at the ocean. I'm realizing I don't know if I've actually ever physically showed where the ocean is, in comparison to my base and the pit. So obviously you can see where my base is, because you can see the big tree all the way over there. And the idea is there's this river that comes in and goes to where the village is. So the village won't be directly on the coast, the village is just going to be just off of the coast. And now let's fish, and let's see what we get. should have brought a bed with me. I kind of wanted to stay out here and fish for a while, but I forgot one. A red snapper. He's kind of worm-like. Looks like he's missing a couple of critical fins that I seemed to remember snappers having. But, you know, I won't say anything. Ghost shrimp. 3 of them. What? What does any of this mean? So this guy has Eclipse and Stamina, like the salmon. Oh, I also caught a cod. While I was at the river. Or while I was on the way to the ocean from the river, so I don't actually know if it was from the ocean or the river. What does any of this mean? More bait consumption chance, +5 aberration catch chance, swap solstice and eclipse availability. There's bait? I didn't know that. Aberration catch chance, that makes sense. Solstice eclipse availability. I guess that just means that, like, there's an actual tangible mechanic behind when and how, like, up at our base for catching bass and carp? Carp, yeah. So bass was eclipse and carp was solstice. So, like, it didn't seem like they were time of day based. So I'm wondering exactly how that works. I have no idea. I guess we'll find out eventually. Don't mind the fact that I'm in a hole. It's nighttime, and like I said, I forgot to bring a bed. Fishing! I've done some more fishing. I got a couple more aberrations. I did get this torn salmon while I was at the fish. While I was at the fish, I mean, of course I was at the fish. While I was at the river earlier, I kind of love this guy. This is so cool. And then I have a sporing tuna, because I caught some tuna. And I figured out how the shrimps work. The shrimps are the bait. When you hold them in your offhands, they apply these effects. So, when I was catching red snappers earlier, and just now, that was because it was eclipse time, I guess. And when I was holding some ghost shrimp, I caught some tuna because it was solstice time, or because it swapped the availability of them. Regular shrimps also do that, but instead of having the higher aberrant chance, they give you +3 fish catch chance. I haven't used them yet, so I'm assuming it means that there's a chance I get multiple fish after fishing, if I had to take a guess at that one. So, yeah. I should have come fishing in a different biome much sooner, it turns out, because it's really cool. Right, nighttime. Fishing. Highly recommend fishing in Minecraft. Especially with this data pack. This is so cool. This is so much fun. Oh, and I caught a mending book, which is kind of a relic more than anything, because I have a mending villager, but you know, I'll take another mending book. I've spent enough time kind of trading with villagers and being near the iron farm that I feel relatively comfortable, I think, that it's safe and that it's functioning. Look, there it goes. It's functioning right now. So, I'm gonna go to bed. And I'm gonna AFK. And I suppose when I wake up at the start of next episode, we'll know for sure if our iron farm works or not. And hopefully this will be the last time I have to AFK in a very, very long time. What was that? I haven't fixed the sheep farm, you said? I don't know what you're talking about. The sheep farm? Sheep farm. Whoa. No, I'm quite sure I have no clue what we're talking about. Hi, my cat is here. He's struggling to climb onto the back of my chair. Good job, Sporky. Are you okay? Are you stuck? Hold on. There you go. Good boy.